learn and grow with me. I'll take you on a journey. Let's find harmony. Reflect, learn and grow. Let's go. Reflect, learn and grow. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Christine Serene, and I'm always reflecting, I'm always learning, and I'm always growing from it. And I was talking to you the last time I was on here. I was talking about the birth of my first child and how that went, and how it was it was an experience that I wouldn't like to be part of again. But I did learn a lot from it, because what I learned from it, I brought into my second birth. And the second birth was much better, but I still made a few mistakes, and that's okay. I'm not going to be perfect at anything. I don't think any of us are perfect if we are here in this plane of existence. We really are not. I think the point is that the point for us here in this reality is to try to find perfection, try to find perfect peace, be at peace with everything in the world. And once we find that, then we can leave. But before that time, we have to try and struggle on, try and get through life, try and do the best we can and learn as much as we can, and just I think the whole point is to try and find peace, make peace with everything, don't give anything your emotion. You have to try to let go of the emotions, let go your heart, let go your head, and feel it now. What that means is to see it for what it is, and don't let it into your heart and your head. And that's by David Gray, isn't it? He's no great philosopher, but there's some great lyrics in his songs. Whether he wrote them now himself or not is a different story, but that's beside the point. The point is that the lyrics are there, and they're there for us to learn from. Babylon, and a lot of what we do here is babble on, don't we? We humans babble on, and I think that's how we get ourselves stuck in a rut, because we are kind of spellbound by the spellings, the words. The spellings of the words will keep us spellbound, believing in the devil, when all the devil is just lived energy that was here before us. The mistakes of people, our ancestors of the past, our own mistakes from ourselves from the past as well, if you want to look at it like that, because I think we've all been here. I think we've all been here many times. I do. I really do. Anyway, today I wanted to actually show you that I showed you a picture of it in the last in my last video, but this is the little book that I created when I was pregnant on my daughter, on my first child. And writing in this brought me more peace than I had when I didn't have it. I was, I was full of fear when I was pregnant on my daughter, but I was also with a man who didn't feel so much fear and could see the truth for what it was. He could see reality for what it was, and that he could see that the medical system, while it is important for some people, not all of us have to choose everything within the healthcare system. There's always a choice. You have to consent to what you need within the medical system. You don't have to do anything that they tell you. It's all advice. It's all professional advice, and whether you do it or not is completely up to you, because you always have a choice in everything that you do. And so I found that very, very difficult to understand at the start, and I was really tested during my pregnancy on my first child when it came to the healthcare system, because I totally, truly believed that you needed a scan when you were pregnant, you needed a scan. And you had to get a scan. There was no question about it. I never even questioned it. It was only when I was pregnant on my daughter and my husband asked me to question it. He asked me to go and have a look and find out for myself if I really did truly want to have a scan, or if I did truly need a scan. And so off I went and I read a book. I read this book from a medical doctor herself who's had many children, and she never had any scans because she found out all about them, and that she realized that they were not necessary. And so that was it. Then once I read about that, then my mind was set that I wasn't going to have a scan. And not only not have a scan, I decided that I wouldn't use the Doppler either to check for the baby's heartbeat, because every time you went in to see the midwife would ask, can we check for the baby's heartbeat using the Doppler? And I decided, no, we're not going to do that. And I bought a thing called a fetoscope, and for the life of me, I cannot find it. I had it the other day, and I said to myself, I must show everybody, and now I cannot find it. I haven't found it yet. But when I do find it, I will show you. I'll show you it. But yeah, here is the little book anyway. This is a little book, and there's lots of things in it. Will I read a little bit to you? Yes? So I started off with this. Welcome, baby. This book is a memory in notes of our first baby's moves in the womb. My thoughts, ideas and actions that I took during pregnancy and during the birth of our baby. We want to give our children the most natural route into life, and in doing this, we hope that our children reach their full potential, both in body and mind, undisturbed by medicine and technology, as nature intended. We hope to inspire others, especially our children, to follow in our footsteps, to give their children a whole, healthy mind and body. It has to be said that where necessary, we have thought about and maybe used medical advice and help when we felt that we were at risk of harming mother or baby during birth or pregnancy. Safety first. And then I wrote about the flutters, the first time I felt the flutters and how I felt about that. It says here, for flutter's sake, from week 14, I thought I had a problem with my heart. Every so often, I felt a weird wave of fluid or air pass through my heart as if it wasn't beating properly, possibly irregular. So I went online to read about it, and all I came across was flutters or quickening. That's when I realized I wasn't actually dying. It was baby swinging round, kicking and sprocking like mad, having a great old time in my womb. Since then, baby has been moving in their own little gymnasium called my womb, not thinking about how nauseous I might feel when we both move about a lot. In the early stages, I started feeling nausea or morning sickness from about 6 to 7 weeks onwards. I realised that if I didn't eat straight away in the morning, I'd vomit forcefully. Note, also, fruit juice, first thing, yuck. So, all normal. This dissipated after about 18 weeks. And then I wrote in some of the baby's activity. It says here, the day, the date, and wrote in Monday the 21st of the 9th, 2015. Start time 11:50, end time 12:18. Time to reach 10 was 28 minutes. 23 kicks from 11:50 to 12:50 p.m. So for an hour, I felt the kicks. I lay there and I just felt how many kicks she would kick during that time. And that's how I just wrote it down, so that every day or whenever I felt like it, I'd write it in about how many times she kicked. And that really stopped me from worrying that the baby wasn't okay and that, that everything was fine. I was happy then enough that everything was fine. And, I'd go in and I'd tell the midwife about that she was kicking a lot. Sometimes she was much more excited than other times. Sometimes it would take a few minutes to get to, like 4 minutes would take time to reach 10 kicks. And yeah, so I just did that, and that made me feel a lot more comfortable with the idea of not getting the scan, because I could feel her kicking. So I said, that's fine. And everything that I read about online was normal. So, yes, I had a very, very normal pregnancy all the way through. I never had any problems really, up until the last few weeks when I was overdue, and that was tough going, because then they said to me, you really need to think about coming in for a scan. And I found a poem online to help me calm me down, to relax me, to soothe my mind. And I wrote it down in the book here as well. It says, the overdue baby poem. Dear baby, here beneath my heart, I thought you might come today. The timing seemed just right. But the stars are out and the moon is high, and sheepishly I wonder why I try to arrange the plans of God. For now I know you will not come until the one who holds eternity rustles your soft cocoon and whispers in tones that I will not hear. It's time, precious gift. Now it's time. So the whole meaning of that poem is that not to rush. You can't rush something that's natural. The time will come and life will tell you when the time is right. And the body knows when the time is right, not me. So yeah, it's good. And I also, there was another thing I wrote in. There's a few different things there. So there's lots of inspirational words and affirmations and stuff in this book. And it really was one of the first times that I started writing affirmations before I started doing the strive signs. About a year later, I started writing my strive signs, and that went on for about 9 years. I've stopped writing my strive signs now. I think that it's time that I don't need them anymore. I shouldn't rely on them. I have enough in here now to keep me going. I just have to keep practice being as positive as possible. But yeah, so I really found that very useful, to write a little book and take notes. And now I can pass this on to my daughter. She's actually 10 this week, and so this book here is like nearly 11 years old, and it's kind of a little bit wrecked. I don't know why that's coming out of there. I need to fix it. But I'm very, very happy with it, and I'm very happy that I did it and I kept it and I documented it here. And I even wrote at the back the actual labour, and it's a little bit different to how I explained it in the last video, and I shall read it. Would you like me? I'll read it here. About what happened, will I? Actually, I will wait, because this is a long enough video. In the next video, I'll read about the actual labour again from this little book. I'll do that in the next video, because this is quite a long video anyway, and I think I've done enough here. But yeah, if you found that useful, let me know. How did your pregnancy go? Or are you pregnant? Are you excited about it? Have you been considering not having the scans or using the Doppler? Are you nervous about your pregnancy? And ask me anything. I'll answer it for you. Please do like and subscribe to the channel. It will actually help me to grow, and it motivates me to keep going, keep doing what I'm doing. Also, leave me a comment below, and I'll talk to you in the next video. All right, look after yourself, be good, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.
Reflect, learn and grow. Let's go. Reflect, learn and grow. Let's go. Reflect, learn and grow. Let's go. Reflect, learn and grow.